All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your template drawing. That is the drawing that opens up whenever you click on this Start Drawing icon over here. Um, as you can see, when I click on it, my template opens. This includes my title block, which I will show you in another video how to set that up so it's correct. I also have it so the drawing already includes the rung numbers, and it includes alignment boxes on here and lines that are the dotted lines that I have on a no print layer. So when you go to print this drawing, that stuff doesn't show up. It's just there to align it and show you where your drawing limits are. Um, One thing I could say is I've learned over the years, I used to put the stuff on the model space, um, the border and everything, the title block. I learned that is not the way to do it. Your title block and everything should be on paper space, which I created and set to size B. So it's 11 by 17. And so the title block is on paper space, but all of the other stuff is in model space. So if you go to model space, it takes you here. Now this has my box here so I can see the confines of where I can draw. And it also has all the rung stuff that shows up. So this is where you're going to do all your work, and then you set up this page to do your printing. So you could set up a page for B-size drawings, D-size drawings, whatever you like in here, and your model space will just fit inside it. I actually have a viewport inserted here. That's the viewport. And I also have that on a no print layer, so that does not show either. Um, Now to set this up, this is already set up the way I like it. And what I found is in AutoCAD Electrical, there's certain things that you need to do. Um, all of your wires are on layers that need to be set up for each wire and wire size that they need to be. So in your layer properties over here, you can see I have a whole list of black wires. Every size black wire I'm going to use is in here. I have black 12 gauge, black 10 gauge, all the way through. I also have blue for 24 volts, blue white for your 24 volt common, and I have a bunch of greens for your grounds, and then you have red for your 120 volt control wiring, and white for your neutrals. I also have some yellows in here for um, wires that are unknown voltages or wires that are leaving the panel in some cases. Um, I also create wire layers called shield, which I have in here. That's for all your shields on your analog cables. And if you have fibers and Ethernet cables, you should also have a layer for them. Here's one for Ethernet. So when you draw Ethernet cable, you can label it as Ethernet. It doesn't show up as something else. You should also include a jumper label layer. Any layer that starts with the word jumper, AutoCAD knows is a jumper, and it does not, it still treats it as a wire, but it doesn't include it in the count of your wiring connections. So I hope that explains it clearly for everybody. Now you put all those in your layers. Right now they're only in layers. You still need to tell AutoCAD that those layers are official wires. And where you do that is over here in under your schematic drop down. There's edit wires and wire numbers, and there's a wire with a pencil next to it called create wire type. If you click on that, This window opens for create and edit wire types. This is where you add all your wires in here, and this is where AutoCAD knows that it's a wire. If they are not in here, when you draw them on your screen, AutoCAD will just see them as a line. It will not allow you to put a wire number on it. It will not allow you to make a connection point or anything. So you have to add them in here. And the way you do that is there's fields here. You got wire color, size, layer name. You can either type in the whole wire name yourself, or if you click over here, I will add one now, and I'll add another yellow wire and tell them that it's 18 gauge. So put that in. Now, when you tab to the next column, you'll see that it automatically fills this in. And now it's asking you if it's wire numbering. Yes, it's set by default. You're good to go. So you can also import wire layers from another drawing. So if they're not here, you can import them from an existing drawing if you want. If you know the wire numbers you need are in there, your wire layers. You could also add an existing layer. If you click that, you can pick a wire and that'll add it to your list. But if you set this up in your template with everything you'll ever need, you should never have to add another one. It's time consuming to add each one. It's only a minute or two, but it adds up after a long time. You also see I have my field wires. Anything going to the field, I have as a dotted line. And this knows it's a field, so it'll allow you to do a wire number on it. Same with Shield and same with Ethernet. Shield is here because the Shield I always label as either Shield or ground, so you cannot do that without it being designated as a wire. And technically it is a wire, it's just a non-conductive wire. So once you add everything in here, you get OK and you get out. So now you have all your wire layers that you're ever going to need set up with the layers, so you know you're good to go. So that should set up your drawing so that you're good to go. You will have to save your drawing. So if you hit save as and go down here and click on save as AutoCAD drawing template, it'll take you to your designated templates folder, which you set up in your options for AutoCAD. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Once you get in there, you give it a name, place it in here. Make sure you save it as a DWT, because if you do not, then it's going to be a drawing and it can mess things up because it'll actually save over itself when you make changes. So make sure you save it as a DWT. Okay. Once you find the location for your folder where you want to keep it and you store it there, you need to go into your options. So if you type in options, if you type it in correctly, then your options screen pops up. Under files, you have all of these locations that need to be, most of them, probably about half of them, you need to modify to get AutoCAD to work. I'll go through them as needed, but for right now, I am just going to scroll down till I find the one that says, where is it? Template settings. So in the template settings folder, there's a drawing template file location. This is where all your templates are stored. If you set this location, then whenever you want to find a template, it'll take you to this location. So it saves you time. This can be added from over here. To change it, you can double click and actually change it. Or if you go here then you can click on it and add the location. Sheet set template file location, unless you use sheet sets, you don't need to mess with this. I don't know of anybody who's using sheet sets at the moment. If you do, you can add it later. The default template file name for QNew, this is where you keep your drawing template that you want to pop up every time you create a new drawing. And this one I have in my C drive with my other templates, and that tells you where it is. So once you add it in, hit apply. Yeah, there. Now, if I close this, and then this is AutoCAD 2021, and here you can click on this drawing. This will open whatever template you have designated as your QNew drawing, which now it opens up and it's there for you to use. So if you also click the new button up in this corner in the top left, if you hit new, you'll see it says down below it, it's QNew. So if you click that, it's going to open it up also. So if this pops up asking you to load the ACAD list, hit yes, let it do it. It has information the drawings need, and you'll never deal with it again. Also, when you go into your project and you click add new drawing, if you right click and hit new drawing, that is also going to pull up that same drawing. It's going to pop up. It's going to add your same template. So everything you do is, anytime you want to add a drawing, it's usually going to grab that drawing. So make sure that drawing is set up with everything you need in it so that you don't have to add things to it all the time. It's easy to get rid of things. If you want to get rid of wire layers you don't use, you can always purge them. You click the purge button, it'll ask you what you want to delete, you can get rid of them. Usually that's done at drawing cleanup time at the end before you make your as-builts. So that's basically how you set up your template drawing for your projects. If you have any comments, let me know. This is my first video. I'm still getting used to the process, and I hope that I helped some of you out. Thank you.